Welcome back to Cherry's Diary, and this is your teacher Cherry. Vowels are found in every syllable of every word. That's why it's very important that a child knows or understand the vowel sounds. If not, they will struggle with reading. In today's video, we're going to learn about the pronunciation symbols for vowels as well as its sound. So as you can see in the monitor, these are the different pronunciation symbols for vowels, and we will deal it separately in the next slides. The first pronunciation symbol for vowels that we're going to learn today is the symbol of short A. And this symbol has a sound of A, like in the words cat and mat. Now let's read a sentence. A cat on a mat. We have here more examples of short A, like in the words rat, fat, set, hat, and bet. Next pronunciation symbol for vowels is the symbol of long A. And this symbol has the sound of A. As you can hear, the sound is the same as the name of the letter A. But watch out, there are lots of ways to write this sound. For example, words spelled with A, E, like in the word rake. We also use it for words spelled with AI, like in the word brain, and with words ending with AY, like in the word play. Occasionally, we also use it with words spelled with EIGH, like in the word eight. Now we have here a sentence with words with long A. Now let's read it. It's rainy all day. Next pronunciation symbol for vowels is a symbol of short I. And this has a sound of I. Now, if you can see that there is only one vowel in a word, either at the beginning or between two consonants, it usually has the short vowel sound. Like in the word dig, it is only one vowel letter, and the vowel letter is the letter I. So this word is short vowel, or the short vowel sound. Dig, like also in the word pit. Again, it's pit. Now let's read the sentence. He dig a pit. Now let's read more examples of short I, like in the word sit, hit, slim, and trim. Let's proceed to the next pronunciation symbol for vowels. We have the symbol of long I. As what I had mentioned earlier, that the long vowels sound like the letter itself. Like in this symbol, since this is the symbol of long I, so we're gonna sound it like I. So same sound like the letter itself. Now we can hear the same sound in the word kite, fly, high. Let's read the sentence here. The kite fly high. Now we have here more examples of a long I. We have the word eyes, tie, sky, and light. Now let's move on to the next pronunciation symbol for vowels. We have here the sound or the symbol of short O. So as what I had mentioned to you a while ago, that in sounding the short vowels, it should be sounded like in short form. And the short vowel sounds occur when the letter is not pronounced the way it sounds. Unlike the long vowels, you're going to pronounce the sound or make the sound like the sound of the letter itself. But here in the short vowel, you're going to sound the word into its shortest way of sounding the letter. So the sound of this symbol is O. Now you can find the same sound in the word dog and in the word box. Now let's read the sentence here. I found my dog inside a box. We have here more examples of short O. We have in the words dot, got, rot, and lot. Next pronunciation symbol for vowels is a symbol of long O. And this symbol has the sound of O, same as the sound of the letter O. Now, the problem is there are so many ways on how to spell the long O sound. First, we have here in the word moment. In some words of more than one syllable, you just need the letter O. The word moment has two syllables, and in the first syllable, you just need the letter O to sound it like long O. Next, some short words have just O in the end, just like in the word go. Sometimes you need to add another letter, for example, O-E as in bone, O-A as in road, O-W as in snow, and O-E as in toe. Now, let's read the example sentence here with long O. I enjoy cleaning our home alone with music on. Another pronunciation symbol for vowels is the symbol of the short U. And this symbol has a sound of like in the words bug and cup. Now let's read the sentence, a bug in a cup. We have here more examples of the short U, and we have the words like bus, hut, run, duck. Now let's move on to the next pronunciation symbol for vowels, the symbol of long U. And this symbol has a sound of U. It's the same sound with the letter U. U as in unicorn. Now, there are several ways on how to spell the long U sound. In some words of more than one syllable, you just need the letter U, for example, in the word music. Sometimes you need to add another letter, for example, UE as in cube. Another UE without consonant letter in between as in statue. And EW as in few. Now let's read sentence here with long U. June knows how to play flute. We are now in the pronunciation symbol for vowels, the symbol of the short E. And this symbol has a sound of E. The short E sound is what you hear in the words like vet, let, get, and pet. Now let's read the sentence. The vet let me get a pet. Now we have here more example of words with short E sound. Pen, red, bed, sled. We are now in the pronunciation symbol for vowels, the symbol of long E. And this symbol has a sound of E. Now, when you hear the long E sound, it can be spelled several ways. The long E sound can be represented in two vowel teams like EA and EE. Now, the long E can be heard in the words like sheep, eats, leaves, tree. Now let's read the sentence. A sheep eats leaves fall from the tree. Now we have here more examples of the long E. We have the words me, see, P, and take note that if the word ends with the letter Y, the letter Y can be sounds like long E or long I. But this time in this word, the Y sounds like long E. This word reads as baby. The next pronunciation symbol of vowels has an O sound. This symbol has actually the same sound as the short O. Now, how are we going to spell this O sound? The O sound can be spelled like AW, just like in the word saw. Another way to spell it, AU, as in saucer. Another way to spell it, AUGH, as in naughty. And the last way to spell it, OUGH, as in thought. Now let's read an example sentence here with O sound. Anna can draw now after I taught her. Let's proceed to the next sound, and the sound of the digraph OI, which has the symbol of this one. So the OI sound can be spelled in two ways. And these are words with OY, as in boy, and as in soy. And words with OI, as in spoil and boil. Take note that the OI sound can be spelled like OY and OI. Now we have here an example of a sentence with OI sound. Roy is playing with his toy. Our next pronunciation symbol for vowels is the symbol of the sound of ow. So the sound of ow is commonly spelled like OW, like in the word cow and how. Now the OW here mostly can be found at the end of the word. However, in some cases, the ow sound can be spelled like OU. That can be found in the beginning of a word, like in the word out, and can also be found in the middle of the word, like spouse. We have here an example of sentence with ow sound. The flowers sprouted up. We are now in the short OO sound with this symbol. Now, the letter group with OO and ends with K is mostly pronounced with short OO, as in the word cook, look, and hook. Again, the similarities of these words, why it pronounced as Short OO is that it ends with the letter O, and K. Now let's read the words here, the sentence here with the short OO sound. He took my book. We are now in the long OO sound that has a symbol of the big letter O, two big letter O. And this sound can be sounded like ooh, so you're going to prolong it. Now, you are going to spell the long OO using O and O, just like in the word pool. It can also be spelled like using the letters U and E, as in blue. EW as in through. U and I as in suit. U and E as in flute. Now we have here an example of a sentence with long O sound. The moon shines bright. Finally, we are now in the last pronunciation symbol for vowels, and we have here the symbol of schwa sound, and this has a sound of Okay, the schwa sound is the most common vowel sound in English. It has a neutral mouth position. It only appears on unstressed syllables, and it can be spelled with any vowel letter, meaning to say the letters A, E, I, O, and U can be sound like schwa, and it can be sound like Okay, now, according to the rule, the schwa sound or the letter can be considered as schwa sound if it is unstressed. Like in the first word, ago, the stress falls on the second syllable. Therefore, the letter A here can be sound like or the schwa sound, ago. Open. The stress falls on the first syllable. That's why the E here can be sound like this symbol. Third word, family. The stress falls on the first syllable. That's why the letter I here in the third syllable can be sound like the schwa sound. Family. Next, lemon. The stress falls on the first syllable here. Therefore, the letter O here in the next syllable is or sounded like the schwa sound. It's lemon. Next word is walrus. The first syllable is stress, so therefore the letter U here in the last syllable is or has a sound of schwa or has a sound of Okay, now take note that letters A, E, I, O, U can be sound like or can be under the sound of schwa sound, provided that this vowel letters falls on the unstressed syllable in a word. We have here an example of a sentence with schwa sound. My family roam around the city. Now let's read the words under the different pronunciation symbols for vowels. So we're going to start with the short A. As in rat, fat, set, hat, bet, cat, and mat. Long A as in rake, play, brain, ate, rainy, day. Short I as in sit, hit, slim, trim, dig, and pit. Long I as in eyes, tie, kite, sky, light, high. Short U as in dot, got, rut, lot, dog, and box. Long O as in go, toe, bone, road, snow, and toe. Short U as in bus, hut, run, duck, bug, and cup. Long U as in use, cute, music, mule, June, and flute. Now let's go to the short E as in pen, red, bed, sled, vet, let, get, and pet. Long E as in me, see, pea, baby, sheep, tree, eat, and leaves. Now let's go to the sound of O as in saw, draw, saucer, naughty, taught, thought. Oi as in boy, soy, roy, toy, spoil, and boil. Ow as in cow, how, out, spouse, flower, sprout. Short oo as in book, cook, look, hook, and took. Long oo as in pool, blue, through, suit, flute, and moon. Finally, we are now in the Schwa sound. As in ago, open, family, lemon, walrus, around. I hope that you learned something from today's video. Please do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell button. Thank you so much for watching.